Om Shri Paramatmane Namaha. In spirituality, there is nothing to gain from anywhere. The Spirit is always with us, that is the Atman or God. Therefore, when that last experience, which is known as self-realization, that is realization of your own self, and your own self is always with you. What have you to get from anywhere in the world? Nobody can lose the self. There is no question of realization of self. The question is, you cannot lose it. Nobody in the world can lose it. Self exists everywhere, in everybody, in every event, in every situation, in every object, eternal, unborn, undying. The only difference between human beings and other beings is that realization of self happens in human body only, in no other body. It does not happen in an animal body or bird body or anything. Even in the body, the so-called body of gods, so-called, I said, gods do not have a physical existence. When nothing is to be gained, then what for are we sitting, talking, coming every day? It is all a process of uncovering. Uncovering your own self. Yourself is always with you, and there are coverings of desires, cravings. So the process is like this, that whatever is not self is to be given up. And those who go on giving up, the process of elimination, finally find the self. Because nobody can give up the self. Nobody can be away from the self. There are limitations of body, desires of body, desires of my senses, desires of mind, desire of the intellect, including ego. These are unconnected with self. But ignorance means there is domination, there is sovereignty of all these non-selves in life. So they are to be eliminated. One who has anger should give up anger. One who has this lust or attraction towards opposite sex, wrongly spoken as love, has to give up, has to be free from this attraction. One who has desire for money has to be free from this desire of money and becoming wealthy. One who has the desire to become famous in the world, well known, has to give up this desire. Like this, uncovering, 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 uncovering. And when there remains nothing to be uncovered, you are there. A moment comes, one goes on uncovering. No, I'm not this, I'm not this, not this, not this, not this, not this, not this, not. And there remains nothing to say, not you are there. At once you are there. Because you are always there. It is for that moment when you become completely naked. Not like these foolish nudes. They are naked from inside. Therefore, go on trying to follow what the saints have said. Earlier also once I said, some friend asked, can you tell us a simple thing, a straight path, just to catch it and then reach? I said, yes, that's also possible. I said to them, if somebody goes on seeing one's own faults and virtues in others, one will find God ultimately. Because as soon as one tries to see one's own weaknesses and faults, that uncovering begins. Faults are there, always. Uncovering begins. And in the end, when no uncovering, nothing remains. One finds oneself, and when one goes on finding virtues and qualities in others, one will find there is nobody in the whole world who has not some special characteristic more than others. Everybody is special. This is also a path. So this is all uncovering. One thing is there for understanding. In innumerable lives, innumerable births, life is one actually throughout. Births is the word, real word. Life means existence, self. It is always there. So in innumerable births, whatever was taken from outside, from the external world, through senses, the time comes for vomiting it out. This vomiting process starts. You see? This vomiting happens through this meditation. These thoughts coming, these emotions coming, this conflict, this is nothing but a process of vomiting out. And the technique there I many times explained, nobody can stop them. Then what to do? Don't exercise your strength to stop them, to finish them. No. Be a witness, indifferent witness, a spectator. Thoughts come, okay. Don't come, okay. Then this thing develops in the seeker that the seer and the seen are different. The thoughts are the objects. The seer is the subject. And that knowledge, that seeing, in which the seen is happening, is eternal truth. The scenes change, the thoughts change, the emotions change. The seer remains the same. And the difficulty arises only as much as the seer identifies himself or herself with the seen. This identification is the problem. This identification starts breaking after some time. In the beginning it does not. In this way, a gap develops between the seen and the seer. And after that, When this indifference towards the scene develops, one starts becoming unconcerned as to what is happening there in the mind, then automatically these thoughts and these processes start diminishing without any effort. If somebody makes effort to crush them, no, there will be more. Like Vivekananda's monkeys, this goes on. Everything becomes helpful on the path, but primarily two elements are most important for experiencing the final truth. The faculty of discrimination and and love. Gyan and prem. Wisdom or discriminative faculty, what is right, what is wrong, and love. All have both, but the proportion differs. In some there is more element of analysis, mental element, finding right or wrong difference, all that, and less of element of love. In some, love is more. And this critical faculty, the discriminative faculty is there. But in everybody, both are there. And because people differ in the proportion of these two elements, therefore, their paths also need different directions, different guidance. It is this reason that the more one advances, the more one needs individual guidance. Anyway, like this, the journey goes on, goes on, goes on. Ultimately, the peace and the harmony and the love, which was always there from the very beginning, is rather unearthed in us, is found out. That which was always there is refound in a way. One becomes totally peaceful. That is self-realized. God experience happiness. Om.